Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Manny here once again. Welcome back to another episode of DFS Zone, your source for daily fantasy sport lineup advice for the NFL, NBA, WNBA, and MLB. And before I continue on with the video, like always, guys, please, I would like a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed as of yet to the channel, please join the family, the DFS Zone family, and subscribe down below. And of course, do not forget to turn on your notifications. This way you do not miss any of my new uploads. Okay, with that being said, today is Wednesday, May the 23rd, 2018. We have a two-game slate in the WNBA today. We got Dallas at Minnesota and Seattle at Phoenix. And before I go on and discuss a little bit about these two games, last night's slate, I didn't cash. I was pretty close. I just missed the cut by a couple points. I finished with a 213.50. Man, just one or two different changes. I was definitely leaning towards another player or two, and I didn't choose one of the players out of the two that ended up being a good pick last night. But I finished with 213.50. The top score was 236.30 for those who didn't play. I mean, this is good information to have. They took down the 1K by themselves, and we both had Ms. Gray, Chelsea Gray. She put up 35.4 fantasy points. We both had Kelsey Mitchell at 28.6 each. Then the third guard, I had Wheeler, who was a complete bust, and the winning team had Young. She put up 23.1, and Wheeler put up a dreadful 5.9. So I got screwed there. Della Don was the top forward. We both had Della Don 41.7. And then we had Ogwell Mickey. Both of us had her as well at 42 points. And then we both also had Wilson at 38.1. And then the only other different player was he had Tiana Hawkins, who put up 27.4, had a fantastic night. And I had Nia Coffey, 21.8. So I was off by 6 on that particular matchup. And then I was off 18 on the Young Wheeler. So, and I had Young as someone that I definitely was targeting, and I did not pencil her in this particular lineup. If I did, I probably wouldn't have finished in the top. I would have been only 6 points from the top, but I would have at least been in the top 10. So again, it is what it is. So 213.50 was my final tally. I made 3 teams last night, and this was my best score. My other scores were 210 and 207.45. Obviously all 3 didn't cash, but you know what, I'm gonna go at it again tonight. So let's go over this game here. We got Dallas and Minnesota. This should be a high scoring game. These two teams last year were really, some of the top offensive teams. I think Dallas definitely finished in the top. I think they were the #1 team, averaging about 85, 86 points a game. And I know Minnesota was pretty close too. I think maybe the second or third, but it should be a fairly high scoring game. When I look at this game, let's go to the guard spot. Man, I look at this and I say to myself, obviously, Skylar Diggins-Smith is the top guard in this game. And look at that price, 8,200. With 8,200, you need about 41 for her to meet value. She's averaging 38 right now after 2 games. Is she capable of it? Let's go to the cruncher. Yes, she's definitely capable of it. As you can see, she's good for 45, 50 on some nights. So she has a little bit more upside than that 40. 48 here, 42 here. These are dating back to last year. So obviously, she's a big integral part of the offense. We know that. We can see that here in the numbers. almost 33% usage rate in that last game against Atlanta. And that's crazy. 14 shots, 4 from the three-point line. I mean, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She does a little bit of everything. She's definitely a fine player. She's one of the top scorers in the league, for one, and she also is up in the top 5 or 6 in assists. So at least from last season's stats, from what I saw when I started looking her up as far as how she did last year. So, yeah, Skylar Diggins-Smith is definitely in play, guys. Definitely in play. If you want to pay up for her, she is the top guard. As you can see here, this is my guards that I'm looking at. There was 45 players in this 2-game slate, and I've narrowed that down to 18. And these are probably the top 9 guards that I'm looking at that will be in some of my lineups. Not everyone will be, but these are the last ones that I've targeted. I've narrowed it down to. But Skylar, as you can see, Skylar is the top girl here. We go back here. So I say Skylar Diggins Smith is definitely in play. Lindsay Whalen, I had her the other day. She's definitely in play too. She's a very, very important part of this team, and she was one of the integral parts of this team in that Minnesota run last year, winning the championship. So definitely Lindsay Whalen is in play. Lindsay Whalen, let's take a look a little bit more of her. She's she's at 5. They want 5'2" for her. You got to get about 26, and she's averaging 30 so far after one game. All right, so she is very much in play. Let's see what kind of upside she has. She's about a 30 to 34 point on average player, and we know that she's definitely up there in assists and in three-pointers. She's a fairly good shooter as well. So I like her there. I mean, she's definitely in play. Christmas Kelly in play as well. Christmas Kelly, not so much more than Whalen. I would prefer Whalen over her, so I'd rather pay $700 more. I would advise do that, but I'm not saying that Christmas Kelly is not someone that you should target. You know, at 4 or 5, you need about 20. You need about 24. You need about 24 almost. You know, so almost 25, about 23, 24 points for that. I am more in favor of Whalen in this matchup than Kelly. Alicia Gray, not a bad play either. She's at 4,200. You need about 21. She's averaging 16, but Miss Gray, you know, she's capable of getting you 30, as you can see in some numbers here last year. 32, 34. The longest her minutes up. She only played 19 minutes, but then again, that was a big win by them. Obviously, they didn't need her much on the court. I don't recall her. I saw a little bit of the game. I don't recall if she has an injury. Obviously, it would be reported already. So I believe it was just because they were blowing the Atlanta team out that she definitely sat quite a bit. But almost 20% usage rate pretty much while she was on the floor. She didn't do a whole lot, but you know, she definitely takes her shots. If she takes her shots and she nails them down, she'll be all right. Alicia Gray, definitely someone in play. You know, she is in the top 10 in steals last year, and she's definitely one of the top scorers. I think she not in the top tier scorers, but maybe in the top 30 of the league of the girls. She's up there. You know, so definitely someone to consider. Alicia Gray. Augustus definitely is in play for me as well. I definitely like her. At 4'1", you need about 20, 21. She only put up 15 in her first game, but she has definitely some good upside. She's also a nice, good passer, man. She could definitely pass the ball. You know, look at that. She has potential. She got 30, 32 plus upside. All right, just from what we saw last year in the playoffs here against Washington. So, yeah, she definitely can get you 30 to 33, 34, around that range. And not only that, look at this. She's playing against the 10th team defensively against guards. So, I mean, so that definitely shows you that Dallas is definitely a little bit, you know, at least starting off the gate, they're one of the weaker teams there. All right. So, definitely Augustus is definitely in play. Kayla Davis, 3'6", you need 16. She's averaging 18, so right now that looks pretty darn good. I do have her on my list as well. She's facing the 5th-ranked team. I mean, we don't know what triggered them playing 28 minutes of her. It could be obviously that she, you know, they were in a blowout situation and she came off the bench and played those maximum minutes, and I believe that was the case. But you know, they're playing in a game today that maybe she's not going to get 28 minutes. I am not. As you can see, she's in the bottom tier here. I am not on Kayla Davis, but you know, if you wanted to go that cheap and hope that she gets several minutes, or if this becomes some sort of a blowout, maybe that'll be something to consider. But I think this Dallas-Minnesota game should be fairly close. Two high-scoring teams is, I guess, the one who makes the most defensive plays will probably pull this one out. You know, so Kayla Davis, definitely someone if you want to go on the bargain hunt. 3,600. I mean, you know, so far so good with her in the first few games. We go over the forward position in this game. Obviously, Foles is definitely a top dog here. I mean, you know, there's no doubt about it. When you think of Minnesota, this is where Minnesota's strongest is up front. You know, with Foles, with Maya Moore, and with, of course, Rebecca Brunson. I mean, that trio right there is crazy. If you could stack, I mean, I just said those three names. You could stack these guys today somehow and make it in a lineup, getting those prices in there. I would definitely consider that. So Foles is definitely in play. She's a top dog, as like I said before. She was tops in points and rebounds. I mean, she can block shots. She's just a scary person down underneath. Well, at 8,300, you need about 41 from her, you know, and I know she's at least a 45 plus upside. Let's take a look here real quickly. Where's the Foles? Yeah, she's definitely like 50. She's good for 50 plus. I mean, she has that potential, as you can see here, almost a 50 here, 52 here. And, you know, a couple of times last year she was near 50. Look at this. You know, so yeah, 50 plus upside with Ms. Foles. So, I mean, definitely she is in play. She's probably one of the better forward plays today, for sure. You know, other than Maya Moore, her teammate, and, of course, Brianna Stewart, which we will discuss as well. But Foles is definitely in play, guys. I definitely like her here. Unfortunately for Dallas, Miss Glory Johnson is still hurt. And this is where it benefits, you know, Liz Cambridge. She's definitely she got a ton of minutes the other day. She began a ton of minutes for the first 2 games. So, but before I go over to Liz, let's start Maya here. Maya Moore definitely in play, guys. I mean, she's a top scorer. She passes the ball well. She can hit 3-pointers. She's also a good defender. She steals the ball fairly well. You know, 34 minutes, 11, 7, 2, and 1 steal. I mean, the 4 turnovers definitely hurts. I mean, she has to clean that up a little bit, but 21 points, not too bad. For the first game out, she's only going to get better. You know, I mean, at 7'3", you need about 36, almost, you know, yeah, you need about 36 or so from her, and she's averaging 21 right now. She definitely has some upside. She definitely has upside. Let's take a look here. Yeah, she can get you 50 plus also, guys. She can get you 50 plus. You know, so she's definitely a definitely nice play here. If you want to save 1,000 from her teammate, you could go with Maya Moore, and then you can stick a Maya Moore with a Cambridge, and you should be all right. Cambridge, Liz, 6,300, man, that is a nice price for her, and she is getting minutes because obviously with Glory out, she's obviously had to step up, so she's playing maximum amount of minutes here. Let me take a quick look at her, right? 6,300. You need about 32. Yeah, you need about 32, and I know she's got 50 point upside. Look at this. Look at these first 2 games: 35 minutes and 27 minutes, and that's because they blow out Atlanta. She got less minutes, but if she's going to get 27 minutes and still put up 46 points, that's a point. That's almost a point and a half per minute of fantasy points. I mean, like if you guys have been in the DFS zone family with me for the last month discussing NBA, pretty much, I've told you time and time again how much I love to find a player that could give me 1 point per minute of fantasy points. And if this girl's putting up 27 minutes and 46 for game 1, she put 35 minutes and put up 39, almost 40. So I mean, she's been killing it. She's been averaging more than a point a minute on the court, fantasy point per minute. So definitely one of the best plays tonight. Liz Cambridge, definitely consider her. Rebecca Brunson is definitely in play, 4,500. That's a nice price for Rebecca. She has also very good upside. She's a great rebounder. 4-5, 23 points you need from her. And you know what? She's already putting up 26 in just 1 game. Let's see how many minutes. She put 26 points in 26 minutes. There you go. I love her. 1 point per minute. Can't go wrong. Look at that. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. She does a little bit of everything. It would be nice to see a little bit more assists here, but we know she's a big girl. She wants to get the rebounds, and she wants to put up the points. 26 points. Clean up those turnovers. That's the one thing I see so far here, looking at this right now, is that we've seen a couple of girls, Maya Moore and, of course, Ms. Brunson, with 4 turnovers apiece. That's 8 turnovers. That is not good. These girls are a very, very big part of this offense and of this team, so we definitely need to see them clean that up. Going down a little lower, we got here Ariel Powers. Powers is a fine ball player, guys. Look out for her. She's a game time decision. She hasn't played yet, but she is a pretty good player, man. I remember her very well. I mean, she could score, she can rebound. I mean, she can hit the 3 here, the occasional 3. She's a good free throw shooter. I remember that much too, and she can pass the ball. She does a bit of everything. Definitely someone to definitely consider, so keep our eye on the injury report with her. Last year, the last time she played, she was averaging last year about 19, if she gets a little healthy, I mean, she's had some health issues. If she can get healthy, I mean, she could be a sneaky play here at 4,300. At 4,300, you need a, 20, 21, about 21, 22 points from her. Next, we have Kayla Thornton. I'm not on Kayla Thornton, but I do like Azura Stevens. Obviously, she was the 6th pick overall in this year's draft. She's a #1 draft pick for Dallas, and already put up 15. She's averaging 15. At 3.4, that's a pretty good price. That's about what she's averaging. You need about 17 from her, and I'm telling you right now, I don't think she's gotten a whole lot of minutes yet. No, she hasn't. 14 and 18, so they're slowly but surely giving her a little bit more minutes. We'll know after 5 or 6, 7 games where she stands on this team, Azura Stevens. Okay, but I definitely like her at this price. She's not a bad value play here today for you guys tonight. All right, so definitely consider that. That's all I like pretty much here, to be honest with you, in this particular game. Let's go over to the Seattle-Phoenix game. All right, Seattle's playing at Phoenix, and we have here right away the guards. Jewel Lloyd is definitely in play. 6,800. You need about 34 from her, and I know she has 40 plus upside. Let's go over here and take a look at her. Where is she? Sorry guys, wrong page. Where is she? Hold on a second. What's going on here? Miss Lloyd. Where is Miss Lloyd? Do you believe I didn't even put her on here? How is that possible? Sorry about that. I didn't even put her on there. Jewel Lloyd definitely in play, man. I don't care. And this team, look, 9th so far to start the season. That's going to be trouble. 6,800. You need about 34, like I said. She has 45 upside. You see, she's 45, 46. Let's take a quick look at her here. Yeah, 44 here. I mean, 40 plus easy for Lloyd. She could definitely crush that value. She's projected for about 30 today. At 6,800, I think that's a good price for her. Obviously, you got Smith. They even have her projected to do better than Diggins Smith. So that's something to look out for. Definitely, Miss Lloyd is in play. Then and not only that, she's got she's a top scorer. She was in the top 20 at least in scoring last year. There's no doubt about that. She can definitely score. Would love to see her do some more things, like definitely to get some steals, defend a little bit better. Diana Taurasi is definitely in play. 6,400. She's $400 cheaper than the Seattle counterpart. We have with Taurasi, obviously she's one of the top scorers in the league. She definitely is one of the top 3-pointers too, maybe in the top 10. She has 40 plus upside. That I can assure you. It says here 41. But she's good on the average. When she is consistent, she could be a 30 to 35 every single night. So I would definitely consider her for 30, 35, and you need to get about 32 for her price. She's right now still just getting herself going here. She's only been averaging 26 and after 2 games. But I think that's more so because this young lady right here, DeWanna Bonner, who she is just. She didn't play all last year, guys. I mean, I think she has some major injuries, I believe, or something like that. I know she didn't play in 2017. She played last in 2016. But she has, look at these numbers that she put up already in 2 games, man. I mean, she is very talented. I know she can score. If you look at all her, as a matter of fact, let's go to the cruncher because I looked at her a little bit more the other night. Looking in 2016, I mean, man, she was averaging, she look at just her performances. I mean, she's very balanced all the way through. Not so much of a fouler, all right? She could do the occasional steal. She definitely has turnover problems, but she can pass the ball a little bit. She does rebound, and she gets offensive rebounds, which is nice. She shoots the free throw very well. She shoots the 3. She didn't show a lot of consistency here, but she gets she can shoot. She's pretty decent. At 6,400 is still an experiment with her to see how well, but right now because she is doing so well, they keep feeding it to her, and why not? Why not continue to give it a Bonner? I like her tonight at 6,400. You need 32, and she's been averaging 42 so far to start the first 2 games of the year. I mean, these are some beautiful numbers. 12, 3, 7, 3 steals. She's getting it done. I didn't like the 4 turnovers, but 35 minutes, 31 points. I mean, just close to almost a point a minute. 32 minutes, 52 points, fantasy points. That's fabulous. So she's averaging 42 right now. Even if she played 35 minutes, she is averaging more than 1 point a minute. I love it. So definitely someone to consider. DeWanna Bonner. All right, and then we move on. We got here Miss Sue Bird, obviously a veteran here. Sue Bird, top assist person, top three-pointer. She's probably in the top 10, 15 throughout last year. 6,000, you need 30 from her. I mean, really struggling after one game, only one game. She played 26 minutes, but boy, she was not pretty much involved in offense. She put up 16 fantasy points. She definitely has 35-plus upside. I can assure you that. I've been watching her for a few years. 34, 35, yeah, 36 points. They're projecting her to have 22 today. I think that is a little pricey for ask for a projection of only 22 when she has to get 30. We know she can get there. I think that the way it's set up for today, she may have a big game, but I believe Ms. Lloyd is probably going to be the best bet there when it comes to Seattle, if you want to choose a Seattle player. Lianna Mitchell, yeah, not a bad player, man. She's got 25 to 28 point upside. She's got here, what's that, 4,800 for her. You need about 24 from her. You know, I mean, she can get there. She has the upside. Let me just take a quick look at her. Where are you? Where are you? Another one I left out? Let me check back over here, guys. Sorry. Let me find her. Here she goes. And we put her back over here on the pool. So the pool is really 20. I definitely already have narrowed this down. But Miss Mitchell, yeah, 4'8". She has 28 point upside. You know, 28. Like I figured. I said 25 to 28. She's been averaging. She needs to get 24 at this price. So I mean, it may be tough for her today. She's playing against so far the second best defensive team defending the guard. You know, at least to start the season. So I mean, Seattle, I guess, you know, Miss Bird, which is a good decent defender. You know, plus they also have Seattle, which they don't have on Fanduel here. They have the number one. They have a number one pick, Jordan, Canada. You know, she has been playing, but we don't have her here. Well, actually, we do. I mean, we do have her here. Hey, what am I talking about? Very nice. She wasn't in here for game one. Now she is. Jordan, Canada is definitely a fine player. What, 3,200, man. Man, that is right now pretty good. Let's see how much minutes did she play. That just threw me off guard right there, guys. Sorry about that. 20 minutes, 9 points, 1 assist, 4 steals. Wow, that is beautiful. 4 steals. That's some nice fantasy points there. But the 3 turnovers, yeah, you know, she's a rook. Man, Canada is a good player, man, in college. I mean, this is going to be, you know, it's going to be interesting, yeah, to see how well she does here and how much she gets involved in the offense. But at 3,200, guys, you only need about 16 from her to get value out of her. So she definitely could be a, you know, definitely someone you could squeeze in here and get some value, so you could pay up for a DeWanna or for even a Lloyd or a Tarazi or something like that, or from someone on the other game, you know, like Maya Moore or maybe even Foles. Wow. So I mean, yeah, definitely, I can't wait to get involved with that. All right, so yeah, so that's someone to consider there. Let's move on here. At the bottom tier, Breonna January, not bad, 4.1. You need about 20. She has definitely 25 to 30 upside. Where's Miss January? Is this another one that I left out? What the hell am I doing, guys? I've been just eager to get on here that I forget some of the girls. But anyway, Miss January. Okay, I don't see her right now here. But I don't need to worry about that. Miss January, like I said, 20. She's averaging 24 right now. Let's see, take a look at the minutes. Wow, man, she played some nice minutes. So another one here, man. 28 minutes in her last game out, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. She did a little bit of everything. The turnover ratio was a little low, which is good, only just 2. 29 fantasy points, 1 fantasy point per minute. Love her. Breonna January. Okay, Breonna January definitely is in play. 4,100. That's not a bad price for a value play. All right. So I would think that's it. And then Canada, which I discussed. We go to the forwards. Obviously, Brittney Griner is definitely a top choice there. I don't know if I'm going to pay up for Brittney. I mean, she is pretty expensive, but she has 50-plus upside, definitely. She's averaging 40 already, and at that price, you need about 44. So it's definitely that they're projecting her. I mean, they have her to make more than that. If they're asking for 88, they probably are expecting her to have a pretty decent game today. She put a 54 in the last game. Man, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. We know she's top in blocks. She's probably '1 all last year. Definitely one of the top 2 or 3 in rebounding, and I think she was the top scorer last year. So, yeah, man, she is definitely a solid play. 888. Again, she's facing a team that is what? She's facing a team defensively right now is 11th. Oh, no, excuse me, wrong girl. No, 3rd. All right, 3rd best defending against the center. So she's going to have a little bit of battle. Of course, man. How could I forget? She's dealing with my girl, Brianna Stewart. The Stewart is a good defender. This is going to be a nice game to watch tonight, guys. Nice game to watch. Definitely take a look at it. All right, so Griner, Stewart is next. So, yeah, Griner's in play, guys. It's entirely up to you, man. She has 50-point upside. We know that. I love Brianna Stewart. I've loved her for a long time. 8,600. She needs to put in about 43, and she's averaging 54 so far. She's going to have a battle tonight. This is only through one game. 35 minutes, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. That's 4 turnovers. I do not like to see more than 1 or 2 turnovers. But she has a lot of upside. She is a fine ball player. I mean, she is tops in points. She was top in the league in rebounds. She's definitely, for a big girl, she can shoot the 3 and she blocks shots. So, I mean, she's got like 4 stars next to her. She is very good. Where Griner, I think, is like a 2 or 3 star, where she fits in with rebounds and blocks and points. What makes Stewart a little bit more dangerous is she can get out there in that 3-point line and freaking bury some shots. And she's also a pretty good free throw shooter. So, yeah, Stewart definitely in play. I will pay $200 cheaper for Stewart and to see if she'll beat up on Griner. But it's definitely going to be a good game. And those 2 girls are definitely going to go at it. It's going to be very interesting. All right, we move on. Natasha. We have Natasha Howard, 4,600. She's been getting off, she only played, it's only been 1 game, but she played 22 minutes, and she was solid. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. A little bit of everything, and that's exactly what I love in a ball player. I want to see a scrappy ball player, a player that just doesn't want to just take shots and just try to score points, but is willing to get down and dirty, get in the paint, get under the boards, get some rebounds, is willing to dish the ball to the open man when they need to, and at the same time be able to get defensive and try to get some steals and blocks. That's where defense comes in. When you're a stealer and you're a blocker, that means you're playing some defense. That means you're playing defense. And Natasha Howard so far has come off and has done that thus far this year. She has 30-point upside already, as you can see. All right, and she did a 30 and a 28, 21. I mean, she was in a red for quite a while there, ending the year last year, but she didn't play a whole lot of minutes. She was in a stretch here where she played a number of minutes. I don't know where she's going to fall into play on this team right now, but she played 22 minutes the other day, and she was fantastic. I think they know that they got potential in this girl, and if she could keep putting up stats like this, where she is defending, getting blocks and steals, and at the same time is willing to dish the ball and rebound, and then, of course, hit the open shots and be able to hit some threes as well and shoot well from the free throw line, she's going to have a job here, and she's going to get minutes. So the more minutes and the more time on the floor, the more fantasy points for us. So definitely she is in play, guys. 4,600, definitely should consider her. We move on down here. We got Lytle, 4,500. I kind of like Howard a little bit more than Lytle right now, but Lytle is fine ball player too. She's a good rebounder, and she also plays defense. She is one of the top, one of the top girls on the chart. Definitely in the top 10, if I remember correctly. Top 15 easily for sure in this league as far as stealing the ball. All right, so she's in play. 4,500. You need about 23. Right now she is down. She's only putting up 13 in 2 games, which is not nice, not good to see. 19 and 22 minutes is decent enough time on the floor. She did get a nice, the last outing was a better outing. 19 minutes, she put up 16, so almost a point a minute. Not too bad. 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. You know that the steals are coming, that's for sure. Lytle will get the steals. So if you want somebody out there that can give you that extra fantasy points, as long as she can bury down a few shots and then continue to defend and get some steals, she'll put up the fantasy points for you. All right, she'll put them up. All right. Other than that, man, if I go down this list here, there's a couple of rooks here, but they're not playing a whole lot. I'm not on anybody else after Lytle. I mean, that's basically it. So that's pretty much it, man, guys. Those are the best plays. So again, I like Lloyd. Okay, and let's put them all here. We're going to do the whole 9 yards here. Griner's in play. I love Stewart a little better for 200 less. Falls is definitely in play. She is $300 less than Stewart. If you want to go that route, I wouldn't be mad at you. She's in a good matchup. Diggins Smith, definitely in play, 8,200 as one of the top guards. Then Maya Moore is definitely in play. Love her there at 7,300. If you want to save from teammate Falls, you can definitely go with Maya Moore. She has good upside. Then you got Lloyd. She's a good play as well as a guard, 26. And then you got Lianna Mitchell is definitely in play. I kind of like Lloyd a little bit more. DeWanna Bonner, definitely in play. All right, she is an athlete. Liz Cambridge has definitely been on fire. Definitely someone you should consider. She's like a kind of a lock for me today. I don't know. I just feel really good about her today. So definitely I would think, I can tell you right now, she'll definitely be in my lineups as well as Lloyd. And either it's going to be one of these, either Moore or Falls is definitely going to be in my lineup. And and if I can get in there, Miss Stewart, I'll definitely take her. Let me just break these up, man, because I get a little crazy here. Lindsay Whalen's definitely in play. And then the lower value plays, Augustus is definitely in play as a low value play, January, and definitely the young lady Canada. So if you want to go as low as Canada, that is not a bad play at all. We're going to have to see what she's made of. All right, she was a top draft pick. And the forwards, again, Griner, Stewart, Falls, they're the top three. Any one of these three, you cannot go wrong. Obviously, probably the better bet today, so you don't see these girls battling it out, is probably to take Falls. She's going to have the upper hand in the other game. So, I mean, that's a strategy you can use, guys. But if you think these girls are going to grind it out and you're going to love it, and you think they're going to get to value, then you would definitely pencil them in your lineup. Liz, definitely in play for me. I think she's the top pick for today. Rebecca Brunson and Natasha Howard, definitely like them at 4,600 and 4,500 respectively. I like those two a lot better than I like Lytle, okay, for sure. Lower end here, look out for Powers and see if she gets any time. Lower end here, definitely like the young kid, Azura Stevens. So she's in play, and that's basically it. She is the value play here, and she's a rook, and then the value play at guard is Miss Canada. Okay, so just remember that. Miss Canada is the lowest one at 3,200. If you can get both of them in there and get that price, then you definitely have some value. You can go up and choose another stud. All right, so so put it together, guys. That's pretty much it, man, for this video. Let me just basically here again. Real quickly, my pool is up to 20 players. So if you're looking at the 20 players, these are the 20 players right here. These are the 20 players that I'm considering, and that's going to be narrowed down to about 9 or 10 in a little while. Mitchell, Davis, Lytle, Stevens, Kelly, okay, Christmas Kelly, Howard, Miss Gray, Miss Whalen, Miss Augustus, Miss Bird, Miss Brunson, Miss Taurasi, Miss Bonner, Miss Diggins Smith, Miss Lloyd, Miss Griner, Miss Cambridge, Foles, Stewart, and Maya Moore. All right, those are the ones right there. Okay, obviously the top dog here they're projecting is Moore and then Stewart with 37 and 36 pretty much respectively. All right, guys, so drop a like on the video if you like the video. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Become part of the community. Become a part of our family here at DFS Zone. Definitely want to interact with everybody in the WNBA who play WNBA. You have any questions, you could definitely put down in the comment, but you could comment down below, ask any question you want, and I'll be more than happy to answer it when I see it. And other than that, share the video. If you know other people that play WNBA and you believe they have not seen my videos yet, I mean, if you feel that I give some sort of great value to you guys, please share. I would definitely appreciate that. And if you are a WNBA and you are a DFS zoner, you're part of the community, you're one of the subscribers, please, down below, let me know what's your gamer tag for Fanduel. And if you guys, anybody does well in any given night, I'll be willing to give out a shout out. I'll write on the video and just let you guys know, hey, you know what, so-and-so did well last night. And you could put it in a comment down below, hey, I did well. 1 or 2 people have done that already with the NBA videos. And but that's basically it, guys, man. Good luck tonight with the slate. Let's make some money, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Your boy Manny is out.